Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, please subscribe down below, give this video a like, and today we're going to be doing a full face of my favorite drugstore products, and we are going to be answering questions that you guys asked me, and hopefully you enjoy the video. If you do, please leave a comment down below letting me know if you'd like me to answer more questions, and if you do, ask the questions. Whatever you guys want to ask me, I am open to answering, so let's just get right into the video. My current favorite, or one of my current favorite concealers is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer 16-Hour Wear. I think it's super nice. Very full coverage for $5. Seriously great. I highly recommend, especially for somebody looking for a high coverage concealer from the drugstore on a budget. So I asked everywhere for some people to give me questions, and Facebook is the only place that replied with questions. So the first question I got was, what age did I start wearing makeup? I have always loved wearing makeup ever since I was very little. I convinced my dad to get me makeup when I was super little, and I apparently put it everywhere and looked like a witch, and so he decided I was not ready. So from a very young age. Right now my favorite eyeshadow palette is the Profusion Festival palette. Now, I will admit, I haven't really bought drugstore palettes in a while, but like, I've used other ones, and so far this one has been my favorite, just because the pigmentation and the blendability has been super nice, and I don't find that I get that all the time with drugstore. Second question is, have I ever been in the back of a cop car? And the answer to that would be yes. When I was in maybe second grade, I was arrested for shoplifting, or picked up by a cop for shoplifting. When I was little, I was very easily influenced by my sister. I always wanted to be around her and her friends. She's about 4 years older than me, so like, getting to hang out with her and her friends was like the coolest. And she was in a really bad way where she was stealing from my parents and shoplifting, and she told me if I wanted to hang out with her, I also had to shoplift. And I was in a gas station stealing the items that she wanted when my stepdad walked in and seen me in there, and it was probably, like, I don't know, June or something, I don't know. It was a warmer month, and I was wearing a winter coat. And obviously, you know, that's not normal. Why do I need a winter coat in June? It's like a big, poofy winter coat. And I grew up in Elgin, Illinois, so, like, in the colder months, you need a big, poofy jacket to get by, but, like, you know, not in June. So he takes all the merchandise out of my pockets and everything else, has the store lady call the cops, and I get driven home in a cop car. That's about the biggest amount of trouble I have ever been in. But honestly, before that, I'm pretty sure I had also stolen from like Walmart and other places for her, and I did not get caught. So, and honestly, if it wasn't for my stepdad, I probably still wouldn't have gotten caught. Crazy as that sounds, but then again, like I said, it was only in like 2nd grade, so like who would expect a 2nd grader to be stealing? My other favorite drugstore are these Wet n Wild liquid shadows, so we're going to be using those. Let that dry. What's the grossest thing I've ever eaten? Ooh. Back when I was in school, I'm going to take this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer because this is my favorite right now from the drugstore. It's actually super nice and hydrating, I feel like. I actually really like it. My favorite foundation at the moment is this guy. But yeah, back in high school, we used to have sleepovers all the time, and we played Truth or Dare, and I was dared to eat a spoonful of every single condiment in our refrigerator. So I ate like Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, mustard, spicy mustard, hot sauce, relish, peanut butter, jelly, mustard, I already said mustard, mayonnaise, like all of it just mixed together on one spoon. I ain't no bitch. So I ate it. I ate the whole spoon. It was on like a big serving spoon because they couldn't fit it all on like a smaller spoon. And I did. I ate the whole thing, and it was disgusting, and I had sewer burps all day long. I thought I was going to throw up that whole night. Like, it was not good. It was not a good situation. But I did it. I definitely would not do it again. Have I ever pooped in my pants? No, I don't think so. Or maybe when I was like super little. But I do remember peeing in my pants when I was like way too old. We were camping in like February because my mom wanted to go see my stepdad, and it was super cold. We were outside, and the temperature had just dropped so low that I peed myself because I was freezing my butt off, and I didn't realize until I woke up covered in my own pee. So, what's my favorite color? Blue. Have I ever thought of getting tattooed makeup? Yes. I actually wanted to get liner for a long time until I talked to some people who had had it that said it wasn't a good idea. It fades over time. There can be other issues involved in it, and just putting my makeup on every day seemed easier than dealing with the stress of the problems that apparently come with it. So My favorite drugstore powder is the Coty Airspun. I've actually never used the translucent, which is what I accidentally bought. I've used the natural neutral or whatever. So we'll see if we like the translucent as much. Put this right underneath here. I just have to make sure that I set that down before my eyes crease. Other than that, we're good. I'm going to a little bit more of this black in here. Not that I'm like really giving you guys a tutorial or anything. I'm gonna go in to the brown a little bit. Is anybody ready for fall? Because that is like my favorite season. I love fall. Like, absolutely love fall. My birthday is also October 24th, exactly a month before Halloween, so that could have something to do with it. But I just love fall. Like pumpkins and pumpkin spiced every single thing on earth you could possibly imagine. Blankets, sweaters, just that whole... I'm all about it. I'm all about that aesthetic. I'm going to go into this guy, which has been my favorite drugstore for a while. If you've watched my channel, you know I've used this. This is a sad song. How do I budget makeup on a low budget? Mostly, it's picking and choosing what I'm gonna spend my money on. It's really taken me a long time to actually build up my collection. I started with just the Jaclyn Hill palette. Actually, what got me into it, like, I've always been interested in makeup, but like the jump start that gave me, you know, the chance to get makeup, I was working at the hospital and making a little bit of extra income, and like after everything was paid off, I bought myself a foundation. I bought myself a foundation first, and you know, I only did makeup every now and then, so it lasted me quite a bit of time, and I was able to play or practice, and you know, I didn't start off buying like $45 palettes. I started off buying like I said, my first, what I consider high-end was the Jaclyn Hill palette, which was actually a $40 palette. It was $38, and a set of brushes to go with it. I'm gonna put some of this on for right now. It's my favorite drugstore chapstick. Do this. I still bought a lot of drugstore when it came to like eyeshadows and mascara and eyeliner, stuff like that. I just, like, I wanted to try eyeshadows, so I was like, okay, well, I'll just use mostly drugstore and build up. And for the average consumer, you know, eyeshadows actually last a really long time, especially if you don't do makeup every single day. But like, if you're wanting to try out high-end things, just pick one thing and, like, say it's a palette, you know, do your research, look around, make sure you're getting the one that you want, that's got the colors in it that you think you'll get the most use out of, and save up for that one, even if it's only like $5 a week. Most high-end palettes are somewhere around $40-ish. When it comes to like spending money on myself, I'd rather have makeup than clothes or, you know, other things like that. So, you know, if you're on a tight budget and you have the option of, you know, brand new clothes or whatever. I got my first pair of new shoes in like 3 years this year, and they'll probably last me like another 3 or so. I'm not terribly rough on shoes, so they'll probably last me a good while and I won't have to buy more for a minute. You find ways. If it's something you really want, then you'll find a way to save for it. I mean, it could be as simple as just like when you go somewhere and you have extra change from getting something at the store, putting it in a little jar and setting it aside, and when you have, you know, a decent amount of money, go shopping with it. It's the same way you save for anything else. You may see that money and think, like after you've saved it up, you might want to see it and think that you could spend it on something else. That's up to you. Okay, this is probably the only thing in here that's not a favorite. But that's because I needed one. So we're going to try this out for the first time. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Jennifer Metcalf recommended I try this out, so. Alright guys, that is the finished drugstore look. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have any other questions you'd like me to answer, leave them in the comments down below. I can do more. I can tell stories. Like, if you would like to hear some of the crazy stuff in my past, or if you want to know, just ask. And I can do that while I'm doing my makeup, because those are kind of fun, finding out a little bit more about me and what I've gone through. You know, that's always fun. If you enjoyed this makeup look, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.